Hello everybody and welcome back to Hardworking Man. Today I'm answering some of the questions we've received about the all-wood birch. What is the all-wood birch? Let me tell you. This is All-Wood Log Splitter's entry-level commercial firewood splitter. But just because it's entry-level doesn't mean it's stripped down. This thing comes with all the features you'd look for in a commercial log splitter. AR400 wear surfaces, AR400 wedges, a 4 or a 6-way hydraulically adjustable, a log lift so you don't have to huff the big huge heavy rounds up, and Autocycle. It has everything. It comes with a 13 horsepower Honda engine. Some people say Honda engines are junk. Most people say they're one of the best engines made, and I absolutely love them. They start up so great and they run forever. Like I said, it's got a log lift, it's got a hydraulically adjustable wedge, and it has full auto cycle. These aren't some cheap valves. These are proprietary valves for Allwood that he has custom built, and they come out of Italy. It's a quality valve system, and it's not some cheap box store or off-brand. This thing is built to last, and it's going to do just that. Now this is considered a resplit machine, and so people say it's a resplit machine. Why would I pay that much for a resplit machine? Mind you, this is under $8,000, and the way it's built, that's a steal. But the resplit machine isn't about the power or what it's able to do, it's about the design. It's got this full exit table with the flat working surface. So when you split a log, you can easily slide it back and resplit it. Or if you run a processor and you've got pieces that need to be resplit, it's a flat work surface. There's no cradles, there's no big log catches to get in the way of resplitting. That's why it's called a resplit machine, not because it's weak on power, but because of the design that it is. This machine is actually a prototype. It's the first Birch series that Bobby ever built. Well, he had a Birch series years ago, but of the new Birch series, this is the first one he ever built. And as soon as he built it, he said, I don't like it. He loved the way it performed, but he didn't love the way it operated, I guess, if that makes sense. So he said, why would I go against a system or a design that I've been working on for almost 20 years to change it? So now the birches are going to be just a shrunken down, small footprint model of the all-wood musclewood like we have. It's a proven design. It works great. And so this is just going to be a smaller version of it. It's going to have the torsion axles. You can tow these things down the highway at 70 miles an hour. It's got all the features. It's got everything. And when I came out here the other day to run it, I discovered something that it has that I've never seen on a horizontal log splitter. Let me show you what it is. So one of the questions we get is, can you run this by yourself from the log lift side? I came out here the other day and it actually surprised me and blew my mind that I was able to do it in a way that is different than I'd ever seen run before. When I came out here, I had rounds that were underneath the log lift. So to get them out of the way, I picked them up, set them on here, and I could easily run this splitter from the back side of the log lift and then grab the splits and throw them into the IBC tote. That's usually one of the huge benefits of a vertical machine, is the ability to split and stack without an extra step, without pushing all your splits onto the ground. And you can now do it with a horizontal machine because of the compact footprint of this thing. It's absolutely awesome. Let's fire it up and I'll show you how well it works. Now this machine is available in a few different configurations. One, you can get a 20-inch stroke, which this is, or a 24-inch stroke. You can also get the 17-ton model, which this is, or the 20-ton model. To be honest, some of the wood I push through this, I don't see any need for the 20-ton model versus the 17. One more thing Bobby didn't like when he built this prototype was the pump. So this machine with the new pump is going to be about a 3.5-second cycle time compared to about 5.5 seconds on this. So the new Birch that you order and that you will receive will be a little bit of a different design. It's going to be faster, and overall, it's just going to be better. But this is the prototype, and this is what we have to run. And the footprint on the new Birch is going to be very similar to this, so you'll be able to run it how I'm about to show you, which I think is awesome. Auto cycle. Again, easy to flip back, raise that wedge up. And with the resplit table, easy to slide around, get your resplits, your high dollar small splits, and then you're right here if you're working alone to stack. I mean, I've never seen a horizontal machine with a log lift and all these features that you can run from right here. People usually run them from here, which makes it so you can't stack at the same time. So there, it kicked out. It's not fully warm yet, but you can hold it and it's gonna push this thing through. So on your typical machines that are larger, all this is gonna fall off onto the ground and then you have to bend over, pick it up and stack it. But what I accidentally discovered the other day, like I mentioned, was the ability to run this thing from right here, which, let me know if I'm wrong, but have you ever seen a horizontal run from the exit side before? Because I haven't. And it's not a reach, it's not uncomfortable, but I mean, that's nice. You got all the controls, the log lift, the wedge adjustment, the Autocycle, it's all right there. There, I should have raised that up a little. So you're not going to get as precise a splits as you are with a vertical machine, but you now have the option of high production, which Rachel and I are going to run this in the full cord challenge to see how fast we can do a full cord on the Birch, or working alone and less touches, more streamlined, just better overall production. And it'll still handle the nasty knotty wood. You don't have to pick up the big heavy rounds. I mean, I'm excited about this thing, and it's not even mine. I'm just testing it out, seeing what needs to be addressed. So if you can think of something like, man, I'd like to see this or like to see that, let us know in the comments. If you want to order one of these, we'll have a link to the website, allwoodlogsplitters.com, and they've been a very, very popular machine with good reason. But I mean, this is, I don't know, this excites me because I discovered it on accident, and it's absolutely awesome. The small splits are where your money's at, and I mean, for a horizontal machine, this is as easy as it gets. Autocycle log lift, working from the exit side, the flat table for the easy resplits, less touches, no bending over, picking them up off the ground. I mean, I don't know. This thing's gonna be tough to beat. Now, if they get stuck under the wedge like that, one, you can raise it up. But if you're at max height, all you do is split the next piece and it'll push it out. So I mean, it's not ever an issue of a piece being stuck under there. Log lift. You got a big round, which, I mean, this ain't big here. This is why I like the axe pickaroon, because when I harvest my own wood, if you got a little branch on there, I like to just chop it off. This is a shorter piece. I'm going to throw these on the ground for the boiler because they're shorter, and I'll clean that up later. But I mean, I don't know. Stuff like this excites me, which might be weird, but let me try to pull this bigger piece out of here if it's not frozen into the pile. Okay. There we go. First, let me knock some of this snow off. Ah! There we go. You can see it's not a big reach. I'm not bending over. It's got a nice work height. And I mean, it's just an easy tap. I moved the handle so the Autocycle is here and the other two are here, because initially they were all four up and they're sort of close together, but you can customize these however you like. I mean, tell me this isn't a sweet feature that Bobby didn't even know he was doing. One bad thing about putting all these rounds in a pile is that they freeze together. When you get the rain and the thawing and the freezing like we've been getting lately. But if you want, you can run this in the more traditional way as well, which I don't know why you'd want to, really, because it's so easy from that side, but you can. And with two people, obviously you're going to run it from the other side, which is how it was designed. And that is me still learning the machine. This is what I wanted to do. Hold on. I ain't afraid to show my mess ups. There we go. Look at that. Cottonwood, my favorite. And even when you let one get away like that, I mean, it's compact, but it's not cheap, if that makes sense. Just because it's smaller doesn't mean it's not commercial, because it absolutely is. So we'll pull these out of here, lower this back down. I mean, this thing's a lot of fun to run. Our Musclewood is an absolute monster, and I haven't been running that because we don't have anywhere to put the wood yet, and I don't want to create too much extra work for myself. But we got something awesome and new for the Musclewood that we're going to be bringing you that you're not going to want to miss. Well, this birch is just sweet. This is all probably 90% of firewood people will ever need. And that's why working from the other side, when you can stack them away, you won't have them flying like that. I mean, this is how you'd normally be working from most horizontal machines, because they're too big to work from the exit side. And then you'd have to go rearrange those splits. But with this, like I showed, you don't have to. So now how you would normally run a horizontal machine by yourself would be from the back side of that log lift, and all this would fall on the ground, which you then, if you're using IBC totes, have to pick up to stack. But like I showed, being able to easily run it from here, you're right there, which is awesome. So now running with two people, obviously you would run it from the traditional side. You'd have your worker over there or at the exit table, and then you just run it like you normally would, but you still have the nice resplit, slide, push, levers, like just easy. And like I said, the new one is going to have the new faster pump on it. So, I mean, this isn't slow by any means, but going down to 3.5 seconds for the 20-inch machine is going to be sweet. You can get the 6-way for it. We're running the 4-way here, which, like I said, this thing, we haven't found anything it wouldn't split yet. We have not stuck anything on this wedge. It's just fun to run. The ability to run that from the exit side when you're by yourself is huge, because just simulating how you would run it with two people, I now have to stop, come over here, stack everything, pick stuff up off the ground. I mean, it eliminates all of this extra work, extra touches. You're going to want to order one of these before you get too far down the wait list. Bobby said this has been one of his most popular splitters ever. We'll put how to get a hold of him. It's just allwoodlogsplitters.com. His pricing for all of his machines are on the website. His phone number's on the website. You can also get a hold of Russ at Willie's Firewood, because he's the only authorized dealer for Allwood log splitters. But I mean, this thing is sweet. So let us know, what do you want to see us do on this birch? What tests do you want to see us run? Because we have this thing to test it out. And if you watch Hardworking Man, you know that's what we do. We put stuff through the paces to see what you should spend your money on. And so far, I have to say, it's not cottonwood firewood, which this isn't, but, okay, slightly distracted there. This birch, so far to me, is an absolute home run. So let us know, what do you want to see us put through it? How do you want to see it run? What questions do you have that we can answer? I mean, this thing is just a money printing machine. If you don't have a partner like Rachel and you work alone a lot, I mean, this thing has to be right up there with a vertical for working alone productivity and producing high dollar firewood. Not quite the precision you get on a vertical, but you can get more production out of this, especially running that 6-way wedge. Another thing people say is, why would I spend that much on that machine when I could get a rugged made for less money? Well, the answer is quality. AR400 steel, imported Italian valves, Honda engines, Russ from Willie's Firewood put over 2,500 cord through his muscle wood, his all-wood muscle wood. He then sold it for about $2,000 or $3,000 less than he bought it for. 2,500 full cord, not base cord, and then still sold it for close to what he bought it for. You put 2,500 cord through a splitter made out of cheaper steel, cheaper components, cheaper engines, you're gonna have probably rebuilt that thing several times, took it to fab shops, had stuff rewelded. These all-woods are built like no other machine in the industry. Bobby's been building splitters for almost 20 years, so I sort of find it comical when people say, oh, he's just copying, enter name of log manufacturer here, because he's been doing this longer than just about anybody that's still making log splitters. I just found a video of Bobby Barta running a log splitter that was a similar design to his Musclewoods, Locust, Budwood, etc. And it was a 12-year-old YouTube video. You go ahead and look it up. This guy's been building quality machines for years. So if you don't know about all-wood and you think it's new to the game, it's not, but it's definitely worth checking out. So let us know what you think of the all-wood birch. I know what I think, and I think that being able to run this thing from the exit side of the log lift is absolutely amazing. Working by yourself, that's a game changer. Let us know what you want to see, what you think of this thing, and do you think this would fit the bill for what you're looking for in a wood splitter? Thanks for watching Hardworking Man, and have a great day.